Stubbs.
And Tommy Stubbs, the 19-year-old from the Northside Club in Manchester. A really talented switch hitter, and it just might be that this young lad will be one of the faces of 2012. Bags of confidence, and he's the defending champion.
And opposing him, representing Hollington, London, Darren Langley.
27-year-old Darren Langley lives in Croydon and fights for the Hollington club. As Steve was saying, he's been around for years. A former champion, won in 2002 and 2005. How much does he want this one? Twice the Commonwealth Games silver medalist in Manchester and in Melbourne. Can he do it here tonight once more? Promises to be a real fascinating tussle, this one. Interesting clash of styles and the makings of a really good opening bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first contest is the light flyweight senior final, sponsored by Cock of the North, Poultry Limited and the Schofield family. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, representing Northside Clayton, Tommy Stubbs. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, representing Hollington, London, Darren Langley. Timekeeper at the bell is Mr. John Lightgib, and the referee in charge of the action, Mick Jones Sr.
Well, I really like the look of this fight, Richie. It has the makings of being a really good show opener tonight. Stubbs against Langley. Difficult one to call.
Yeah, it is. Stubbs, very talented lad, as you said, John, a switch hitter. Good with his jab, but Langley, he's just action-packed, and he's got to get inside the long lead of Stubbs. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. A development boxer against a podium boxer, so the development boxer breathing down his neck, so it should be a good, cracking contest.
Young Tommy Stubbs, always a lad with a smile on his face outside the ring, and he says that his interests going out with the lads. Stubbs slightly the taller, with the slight reach advantage, but a nice busy start from Langley.
I think Stubbs, John, is keeping that guard nice and high because he knows Langley's good on the inside and he's very quick with the feet, so he's stepping in there and trying to beat him to the punch. But Stubbs got high guard, he's blocking everything out.
Long and distinguished amateur career, Darren Langley. Needs emphasising, of course, victory here tonight in these championships really gives the possibility of launching these fighters towards greater things. Maybe parts of the GB squad, England international appearances beckoning, Commonwealth Games down the line, and of course the big, big goal, the 2012 Olympic Games. A lot of interest here as ringside as ever among the Sheffield cognoscenti. I saw Brendan Ingle on the far side of the ring keeping a close watch on proceedings. Richard Caborn, of course, as well, a local MP who's done so much for amateur boxing in this country.
Not a lot of shots getting through here, John. A lot of shots being taken on the gloves and on the arms. Going to be a little bit more accurate, both of them, a little bit more quicker. But now Stubbs is on the front foot, trying to force the pace. But that was a typical example there. A little hook went in there, but didn't connect.
Back to the 3-round, 3-minute format. I think most people in boxing would agree that they'd be pleased to see that. Back to the old tradition.
Oh, that's proper amateur boxing. Power plays a bigger part into it as well.
And stamina.
Yeah, stamina. The old 4-2s, it really was like a fencing match, just a tic-tac game, hit and run. But proper amateur boxing, the 3-3s.
Well, we thought this one was going to be close, Richie, and the scoring reflects that in this opening round. Darren Langley just taking a slight advantage. Remember, in the blue vest, Darren Langley from Hollington leading 2-1 as they go into the first break.
Yeah, close round. I think Langley just scored with the odd shot better than Stubbs, stepping inside, quicker to the punch, but Stubbs was also blocking a lot of the punches. But just on the attack here, Stubbs, that's where he got through with his one shot, I think. Just tying each other up there. But Stubbs started to come on the second part of the round. But again, good shot went in there. That was just from a different angle. That's when he got that point. But Langley just edged ahead in that round.
Yeah, Langley keeping it nice and tight and working effectively in close as well, Richie. Sometimes it doesn't get rewarded in amateur boxing as much as some people would like to see close, you know, work at close quarters, but this is a lad who clearly can do it.
Well, you've got to use what you've got, John. The tools that you've got. He's shorter than his opponent, so he knows he's got to step in.
So into the second round, and 2 points to 1. Darren Langley leading at this stage in the blue vest. Decent right hand from Langley, got in there a little bit surprisingly, didn't reward him with a point.
And Stubbs just landed a cracking right hand, and it wasn't scored. And another one earlier on there.
Worth reiterating how exactly the scoring works for those who are not used to the amateur scene. There has to be an agreement in the judges.
Yeah, there's 5 judges at ringside, and 3 have to. They've all got the points, the pressure points, and they have to press either red or blue, and 3 of them have to press it at the same time for a point to be registered.
Still nothing between them.
Stubbs has started to land better with this right hand, John, especially the 1-2 combination he's been throwing. He's been getting through with that right hand, long right hand as well. He's got caught with a body shot earlier on there, though. That he felt that one, and Langley certainly recognised it.
Have you worked with these two in the coaching side?
I've worked with young Darren Langley. At the moment, John, I'm just working with the podium boxers, so but I'm keeping me on the development lads. We've got some cracking lads coming through.
Good to hear. You are literally watching the future of boxing in this country. These are lads trying to reach the pinnacle of the amateur game, and who knows, possibilities beyond that. And he caught a decent left hand there, did Stubbs. Again, not rewarded by a point. Stubbs is seizing an advantage.
Oh, that was a lovely shot there from Stubbs. Reactions were superb. Langley just a bit slow on the feet, and as he's coming in, starting to get picked off. But look at Stubbs now on the back foot. He's found his range, found a rhythm, boxing much better.
Likes to hold his gloves low, doesn't he? Rely on swaying back out of range, and he takes the risk of being clobbered by a right hand like that one from Langley, which got through. Again, not rewarded.
The reason, John, why they hold their hands so low, Stubbs, is to literally draw his opponent in. And towards the end of that round, he did it superbly well, and he's gone ahead.
8-4. He'll be pretty happy. They'll know what the scores are in that corner. They can see a screen. And here's some of the action as Stubbs started to assert himself.
Yeah, some well-timed boxing here from Stubbs on the back foot, maintaining the gap and bringing Langley onto the shots. Lovely right hand there. Right at the end of the round, this was. But he found a range, and he got into his rhythm. He boxed superbly well. That last minute, obviously, he scored most of the points.
Well, can Langley turn it around now? What sort of advice would you be giving him in that situation now?
Well, John, the one thing he's got to watch out for now, because he's going to be behind and they're telling him he's going to be behind, he might panic a little bit, and he might start going forward, and that will actually suit Stubbs. If Langley starts to go in straight lines, that will suit Stubbs. He'll walk onto shots similar to the way he did in that last round.
So 3 minutes remaining to decide the first title of the night at 48 kilograms. And Tommy Stubbs, as he takes a sharp-looking right hand from Langley, which is rewarded with a point, is the man in front at this stage.
I think what Langley's got to do as well, John, here is maybe start trying to draw the jab. Feint, must start feinting with that lead hand, draw the opponent's jab, and then come back with his counter, which would be a right hand, because Stubbs does drop the left hand very low, and he's open to that right hand over the top.
Tall for the weight, isn't he, Stubbs? Really long and lean. Second time, he says. Second time he's spoken to him. And Langley's producing a big last round effort.
Yeah, he knows he's got to go for it, got to throw in combinations, 3s and 4s. Got to be quicker with those feet. He can't afford to stay at long range here, John. He's getting picked off.
Stubbs' right hand is the one which is reaping dividends, and has now put him into what will probably prove to be an unassailable lead, unless Langley can really produce something spectacular now.
Couple of good body shots there from Langley, that right hook to the body. Certainly doesn't want to be doing that, though. He swung wildly there. He switched to the southpaw and tried to land a left hand, and he was off balance, out of position.
Well, he'll have been told that he needs that big round, and not only does he need a big round now, he really needs a bingo punch. Has he got the power? Still 4 points is the margin.
I do think, though, John, here that Langley's landed shots that haven't been scored here.
I agree. A lot of body shots, particularly left hands.
And what about that straight left there? That was a cracking shot that made Stubbs' head go back, and that wasn't scored. Or, oh yes, it was. It's just come up on the screen now.
Langley, for me, has dominated this last round, really, and he's not, points-wise, it's not been reflected.
Well, it doesn't encourage boxers to go to the body, does it? Because he's been targeting the body, landing some good shots, and they haven't been scored. 2
good body shots ending that, but Langley knew that he hadn't done enough, and so victorious Tommy Stubbs successfully defends his title. The lad from Manchester, just 19 years old, he's part of that development squad, and he showed that he's got hand speed and talent, and he takes the first title of the night.
Yeah, good performance from Stubbs, although Langley came on stronger in that last round. That was a good right hand there from Stubbs, but then there's Langley coming back with 2 or 3 body shots that weren't scored. Good attack from Langley here, good right hand, good bit of action in that last round. Wasn't a lot in the contest, but Stubbs, he just pushed away and pulled away with it.
Well, Stubbs gets it. There he is, celebrating. A happy lad. Not too much between them. Langley, I'm sure, will be disappointed, but we have our first ABA champion of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results of this light flyweight senior final contest number 1 by a score of 13-8. Stubbs in the red corner.
So Stubbs victorious, Richie. How impressed were you? An emerging talent?
Yeah, definitely. I think that he's got a lot of work to do, and he's got to tighten up in certain areas. But yeah, he's got a lot of talent there. At long range especially, very effective. He's got good timing, and I like that stuff in between the fight where he dropped his hands. He got a little bit cocky, but yeah, he came through, and quite a skillful kid. Good future.
Yep. We thought it was going to be a good fight. It turned out to be so as well.
Well, that was the way to kick it off, Steve.
Yeah, a little bit of shift of power there, as Richie said.
Number 2.